I'm not gonna pull any punches on the Star Wars dumpster fire, The Acolyte. Episode 7 is easily the worst episode so far. So let's get into why the Star Wars TV show takes another notch down towards the bottom of the barrel.
That's something we can all agree on, right?
Hey guys, welcome back to Poprageous. So to write an episode of TV as bad as The Acolyte takes a team of writers that either A, don't give a damn about what they're doing, or B, don't know anything about what they're doing.
That makes sense.
Most of what is wrong with this show is a direct result of the words written by its writers, the scripts. Combine that with Leslie Headland's non-existent directing skills, and you have a mix that combines to create a Star Wars TV show that is about as good as a high school drama level production. Episode 7 is nothing more than watching Episode 3 all over again, with a few things added from the Jedi perspective to fill in a few gaps. It's even worse doing it in the 7th episode of an 8-episode season, which should be used to set up the season finale. If you have to do an entire flashback episode this late in your season, you have severe problems with the story that you're trying to tell, and even a bigger problem in how you're trying to tell it.
You're as dumb as you think I think you are.
The Acolyte is written by people who obviously have minimal formal education in creative writing. They use dialogue to move the story forward by fabricating character motivations out of thin air. Characters make assumptions, and by merely mentioning them out loud, they're taken as fact because one character said it to another. Saul jumps to conclusions without the show ever producing a single visual to back up his assertions.
I fear for the girl's safety. The witches prepare for a ceremony tonight.
What the hell are you talking about?
The writers use dialogue to form irrational motivations instead of a well-thought-out progression of scenes that tell a compelling story. Saul acts like an impulsive idiot for most of the episode, making head-scratching decisions void of any rational thought that you would expect from a Jedi.
Dum 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 dum.
He jumps to conclusions based on facts he makes up in his own mind. I mean, it's a confusing mess of thin character motivations made up on the spot that change when they need to and are created by merely mentioning something. The perfect example is when the Jedi leap to the conclusion of avergence after one basic blood test on Osha and May. I mean, shouldn't there be a little more study before they proclaim avergence? Regardless, Torben inexplicably zooms off to the Coven because the twins are what he needs to prove avergence exists so he can return home to Coruscant.
Torben! Stop! Don't you see? We just need proof of avergence, and those girls are the proof. This is our ticket home! Stop him!
That is stupid, yay.
I mean, doesn't the blood test already do that? So why try and kidnap the twins? Well, I'll tell you why. Because this entire episode and TV series needs Torben to storm off to the Coven so the other Jedi follow to set in motion the events that sets up the entire Osha and May story.
Dum 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 dum.
Any dim-witted person would wait and devise a plan with the other 3 Jedi instead of running off on your own. But this is what Leslie Headland relies on, the most flimsy of motivations for her story to work. It's basic, amateur-level writing that you can expect from a writing team that needs to go back and enroll in Creative Writing 101.
Go on.
May inexplicably lights the entire fortress of stone on fire. Keyword, stone. You can even see the kerosene on the floor the production crew used to make the fire burn on the rock. Saul and Torben then confront the witches with Saul killing Anastasia when she tries to turn into a creepy black mist. But before she dies, she gives a convenient on-the-nose speech.
I was going to let Osha go. It's what she wants. It's what she wants. She chose you.
Then why not just say that instead of turning into a creepy dark mist? Well, the answer is, of course, that she had to do something stupid to make it look like she was becoming aggressive, to give Saul reason to kill her. I mean, go pound sand, Leslie Headland.
Dum 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 dum.
The rock fire outside of Osha's room spreads to engulf the entire stone fortress. in a matter of minutes, resulting in massive explosions for absolutely no reason. This makes the stone fortress crumble, because that's what the writers need to happen for their ending to all come together. All of this happens because of this.
Dum 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 dum.
Seriously, Leslie Headland, you and your team can go pound sand. You suck. But this brilliant writing team isn't finished. No, no, no. Corbin proclaims,
My mind is fortified. Not you.
well, then why aren't all of the Jedi fortifying their minds? If these witches can get inside your head, wouldn't it be a good idea for all of them to fortify their brains? Well, I guess not, because Wookiee Jedi Kelnaka is taken over by the witches, and a meaningless fight between two meaningless characters begins until Saul joins in, and then Indara jumps onto Kelnaka, pinning him down. I mean, wait a second. Didn't we just see Kelnaka sidekick a stone wall and break it? Lift Saul off the ground with little to no effort and throw him across the room like a teddy bear? Whatever. And then we have this. Dear God, the blatant stupidity of Leslie Headland and her writing team.
Dum 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 dum.
The final scene at the Stone Fortress has Osha and May facing each other on a bridge that's broken and falling apart. Saul uses the Force to try and save them by trying to keep up the two sides of the bridge.
That's stupid. Not you, stupid. Him, stupid.
I mean, what the fuck? Why not just levitate the 250-pound twins instead of the 2,000-pound bridge? I mean, goddamn, is he an idiot?
People are so stupid.
If it hadn't been for the fire May started outside of Osha's room, none of this would have happened. If the same fire didn't spread to engulf the entire massive stone structure in less than 10 minutes, none of this would have happened. If this inexplicable massive fire didn't set off inexplicable massive explosions and destroy the stone fortress for some inexplicable reason, none of this would have happened. If Saul had just levitated Osha and May instead of trying to levitate the two halves of a 2,000-pound bridge, none of this would have happened. If Anastasia would have just told Saul that Osha can leave with him instead of turning into that creepy dark mist, none of this would have happened. There are a dozen other ridiculous plot points that needed to happen for this episode to happen and end the way it does.
Stupid is, stupid does, sir.
And of course, the episode cannot be complete without young Osha waking up confused because, for some reason, she can't remember anything. Why? I have no idea.
They started a fire.
She wasn't unconscious. She was completely fine when Saul saved her and let May fall at the bridge. Why was she knocked out lying on the bed then? Well, it's simple. Because Leslie Headland needs Osha to wake up without any memory of what happened for her flawed story to work. Seriously, go pound sand, Leslie Headland. Your entire show is a joke.
Logical decision, logically arrived at.
Episode 7 shows what happens when people with a limited understanding of the Star Wars universe are combined with grade school level writing talent. It's a $180 million train wreck on par with any of the worst TV shows ever made in the history of television. And that, my friends, is not hyperbole. And that's all I have to say about the Acolyte episode 7, and I will see you in our next video. Cheers.